Kylie, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good.
So, how have you been doing since our last meeting?
Things have been going okay.
So, today I want to talk about the requirements of the state assistance so you can maintain that. So, how's your job going?
Work is going okay. It's just difficult because my hours are so irregular and I'm always scrambling to make sure my kids are taken care of.
Okay, so about how many hours do you think you're getting lately?
I'm working full-time or close to full-time, but I never know when I'm going to work. It changes, by the month, and so I'm kind of at the mercy of anyone who will take care of my kids, which is usually my roommate. But
Okay, so your issue is kind of like that your schedule's too fluctuating, like you don't have anything that's set or consistent.
and it can be in the middle of the night that I work too.
Alrighty. So how do you feel about your job? Do you like it, or would you consider working elsewhere?
I like cooking, but so yes, I like the job, but I think that I'm not making enough money doing it right now, so I need to go further in it or find something else, I guess.
Well, I feel like if you are feeling stressed by your job and it's creating problems and barriers in your life, I feel like you should consider looking for something else, which brings us to your work assistance classes. What have you taken from that?
It's been helpful, kind of just getting the feel for how to write a resume and stuff like that. I guess I just want to learn more about the process of making myself qualified for a better job, and what jobs are out there.
Okay, totally. That is great that you're taking knowledge from that. You definitely want to use your resources, and that is a good place to figure out how to get yourself out there and market yourself. You want to make sure your resume is looking good, so wherever you apply. And so I think that one thing that you should be doing is you should start applying for jobs with the position that you're interested in. You do have a job right now, which is great, but I think you should look for something that is more stable and consistent, considering that you're a single mother and you don't want to be at the mercy of other people's schedules because yours is so fluctuating. So I think that we should start putting out job applications, at least 3 a week, and we can just work and move forward from there.
Okay.
And next time you go to your work assistance class, I want you to make sure your resume is built up and ready to go, and then you can bring it to me next time we meet. So another thing that you mentioned was the care of your kids.
I usually have to leave them with my roommate, and she's been kind of a lifesaver because she's always at my house and she can take care of my kids, but I'm not totally happy with her as a roommate, and she's kind of spotty with the rent payments, and I have a feeling that she is stealing from me, but I kind of have to put up with that because I have no one else to watch my kids.
Okay, so you feel like this is something that you have to let slide because...
Yeah, I don't have a lot of other options, I don't really have the resources to just get out of it.
Okay. Have you confronted your roommate about...
No, that's a difficult thing to do since, I'm just busy as it is, and so I try to avoid the conflict.
That definitely makes sense. And I think you should address things in your life that are creating barriers, but you also don't want to jeopardize the care of your kids at the moment. So I think that we should look into some programs for your children, because your kids are 10 and 12, right?
Yeah.
So that's a little bit old to get into a daycare.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking that we could go into a program, and I have a couple of suggestions. There's the YMCA that have after school programs, or even the school district that they're in.
Yeah.
They provide all kinds of after school assistance. And I think another thing would be like the Boys and Girls Club. There's definitely options that we can look into to get your kids cared for, so you don't have to constantly rely on other people. And you need to have something set and ready. So I think we should definitely look into that, and we can call around, see if there's availability and openings, and then I can get back to you and let you know.
Okay, that would be good.
So another thing, are you attending your Parenting Alone support group classes?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, that's great. And what are you taking from that?
I'm kind of taking in some tips on how the other single parents make it work. So I think that'll be helpful for me. You know, I can kind of listen to what they do and kind of work off that and see if any of their techniques work for me. You know, who they have watching their kids and stuff like that.
That is great. The point of these classes are to build positive relationships and learn how to do it alone, which is, I think you're doing great, but we could always do better. There's always room for improvement. So I think that's great that you're taking new things from that class. So how do you feel like your relationship with your kids has improved since being in these classes?
Well, I've been kind of focusing on making a point to have positive interactions with them, because since I'm so busy, it's usually in and out. I am at home and then I go to work, so I'm just kind of doing the business part, feeding them, making sure they're showered and in bed and stuff like that. So I am kind of trying to make a point to just do positive things with them and have fun with them.
That is great. That is really great. I'm glad that you're being able to build a more positive relationship with your kids and develop that further. So what I'm thinking is that based off of what sounds like is stressing you out is your work hours, your roommate, and child care. So I'm feeling like we should develop a plan, and we can be able to tackle this, but it's going to be a process, and it's going to have to be in steps. So what I'm thinking is, first we need to take care of your child care. So I will be calling around and figuring out some good programs and what's available and has openings. And then once you get your kids into like a constant, secure place that they can be at, you don't have to rely on your roommate anymore.
Yeah.
That's going to take away that stressor, and you won't feel like you have to abide by them and be locked down by their schedules.
Yeah.
So once that's taken care of, that will allow you to know when you have care, so you can use that time to go out and look for other jobs that will be more like better hours, that works a lot better with your schedule and you being a single mom. So as we discussed, we're going to start putting in job applications, and once you can secure a new job, then we can look into housing, and you can find a place for you and your kids, because then you'll be able to get more of a stable income with your new job, and you just have to move forward from there. So first we got to deal with the child care, then the job, and then the housing.
Okay.
So as I said, On my part, I'm going to be looking for childcare resources for you, Boys and Girls Club, after school programs. I also would love if you would call around too.
Yeah.
And I will touch base with you about that. But what I want you to do is do the job applications, get your resume done in your next class for your work assistance.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we have a set plan.
Do you think that my work assistance classes could, like point me in the right direction of like education or something like that? Or
Are you interested in doing further schooling?
Yeah, but I just kind of want to learn about my options. So,
Okay.
maybe more in the direction of cooking, like
Definitely.
furthering that.
The point of that group is to get you to excel.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
I can point you in the right direction of some classes. We can research that together, see what works best for you. If you would like to do online courses or trade school, or if you want to join a university, there's tons of different options and different things that you could do.
Mm-hmm.
And you were into culinary, right?
Yeah.
We can definitely look into cooking classes. There's tons of things that we can implement, but work assistance will definitely help also. So if
Okay.
you approach them and let them know what you want to do and what you're interested in, what you're comfortable in, then you can definitely build that, and they will point you in the right direction and give you the right resources, and I also can help out with that.
Okay.
Is there anything else?
Nope.
Are you going to be doing your applications?
Yep.
Resume?
Sure am.
Is there anything else that you feel like you need to work on or that's been stressing you out?
No, I think I'll just, kind of look into new jobs and talk to my work assistance group.
Oh, okay. Just make sure you're going to your classes because they seem to be benefiting you greatly. So make sure you attend those, get your resume done, the applications. I'm going to be looking for further resources for childcare, and then I will also look into culinary classes for you.
Okay, thanks.
So we'll meet you. I'll see you next week.
Okay.
You have a great day.
Okay.